Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for another Optc video, and in today's video, Treasure Map Kid is finally here, and today we're going to be doing a playthrough video utilizing the teams that I put together for you guys a little bit earlier in the week, just to see how many points they get and stuff like that. But before we begin, your boy is a little bit under the weather, so I do apologize if there's any for the audio quality and my voice just being a bit croaky and stuff like that. Just not feeling 100% today, so I do apologize for any of the gross stuff or any issues there. So let's hop into New World. Always hop into New World if you can. The 4 times rates for the limit break materials and stuff like that is very, very good. So with this treasure map, something is going to change. I actually just did a 30 gem multi to try and get my hands on Old Man Hio, and funny enough, I actually did. So we're going to have to do a little bit of altering in the teams, but it shouldn't really be an issue, to be honest. Shouldn't really be an issue. So Raizo is going to interrupt us when we get the bird, so that way we can get our extra points. Of course, we're getting nice juicy ones, so we can't move around the map nice and quickly. It's a little bit annoying, but it is what it is. I'm very, very happy I pulled Hio, though. He's got a very, very good support. Very, very good support. And he's going to be very handy moving forward. Let's just go this way. Alright, so the intrusion battle is against Raizo. Now, the team we had against Raizo was a double Big Mom team. But, as mentioned, we do need to slide our boy Hio in here. So we're going to stick him on here. I'm pretty sure he does threshold removal. He sure does. Otherwise, that Otama will work absolutely fine. So don't stress if you don't have Hio. You can use that free-to-play Otama. She's going to work very, very well. Anyone that can remove 5 turns of threshold is going to be very, very handy. I think you also need bind removal for this particular fight. And yeah. Yo, shout out to my boy Maliek. Maliek going top 10, homie. So we're going to bring a frame Luffy, which we're going to try and maximize our points through this entire run. The point of this run isn't exactly going to be super fast, as I don't like to use gems on treasure map. But if you do, there is ways to make the teams a bit faster. So on turn 1, we come up against Kanjuro. Kanjuro is going to give us cooldowns to our strength and our int units, but because we are running all the boosters, it makes it very, very easy for us, as all we need is King. We are going to get special binded on all of our units, actually, and our top row is going to get binders. We also get to remove special effects, but King can remove that, which is very, very good. Then we can use our Luffy special. Luffy can remove the bind. And is there anyone that does? Okay, so you do slots. Cool. And then we're just going to kill here. Boom. Boom. Luffy also gives a 3-turn color affinity buff, so we can actually carry that into the next room against Raizo. Raizo is a Sign unit, and he's going to shuffle all of our orbs into TND and recovery. He also puts up 5 turns of threshold, as well as a 3-turn chain lock. So this is where we're going to use Dobon. Dobon's going to remove the chain lock for us. We can then use Old Man here to remove the threshold, or you could use the Otama there to remove that. And then we're going to finish it off with our Big Mom special, so that way we get an attack boost, color affinity, we get a chain lock, and we have an orb boost through here. So with that, we can take out Raizo very, very easily. He does have a one-hit perfect barrier. So there you go. So lots of points, very, very easy at the moment, but things obviously will pick up as we do more and more runs. So let's hop to the final boss battles now. I'm going to do a little bit more fiddling with the teams, find a spot for Otama and stuff like that, but I'll see you guys at the end of the run. Alright, so here we are at the Battle Rush, and the first opponent we're going to take on is Chopper. So for Chopper, I'm using a double Sakazuki and Borsalino team. The good thing about Sakazuki and Borsalino is the big thing about this particular piece of content is you actually get special binded on the final stage. Now, Chopper's not too hard. He is the easiest of the mini bosses. But because we do get special bind on the final stage, using Sakazuki and Borsalino is very, very handy, as they can actually remove both turns of the special one with their switch ability. Now, there is the free-to-play Usopp. He's very, very good for this particular fight. The Psy one that came out with the Straw Hats, the free-to-play Super Types Luffy Straw Hat batch. He's very, very good, as he removes 2 turns of special bind, and he can remove special bind on himself. So you guys went around for the Kuzuna clash with Borsalino and Sakazuki. You can always use him. He was a free reward from the the Chopper Man missions as well, which is very, very handy. So unfortunately for us, though, we just don't have specials on this particular team. Bit of a shame, but it is what it is. And the team doesn't move very, very quickly. Now, there are faster ways to, like, get through this. You could easily, like, just bring, like, Kaido as your captain and just blow your way through if you're looking to do speed runs. You could also bring, like, wave clearers and stuff like that. But for me, in particular, I like to just sort of play my way through Treasure Map. Try and get as many points as I can with the characters I have, and that way I don't have to use as many gems. So what we're going to do on the final stage, we're going to switch with Borsalino and Sakazuki to get rid of the special mind. Then we can use the special of Germa, and then we can basically just kill Chopper here. With the Orb Boost from Germa and then the special from Rayleigh, we can get a 1.75 times attack boost as well as a 2.25 times Orb Boost to our Psy units, which majority of this team actually is. Now, if you don't have Frankie, if you don't have Germa, you can easily replace them with someone else on the team. Preferably, you just want to bring someone that has a very low cooldown, so that way you can just get your Rayleigh special to get that attack boost. As I mentioned, Chopper really doesn't have too much HP, and he's the easiest of the mini-bosses, so you could probably take him out very, very easy with someone like Enel as well. The Treasure Map Enel, if he's a 1.1 times booster, I would definitely maybe try him out and try and get it done with him. On to the next fight now. We're coming against Old Man Hio, and for Old Man Hio, I'm using Jinbei as my captain. The thing with Old Man Hio is he's going to give us 2 turns of despair, but with Jinbei as captain and bringing our friend Jinbei, we can actually remove both of them, which is very, very handy. So we are just going to attack our way through the first couple stages. With this particular team, we do have a bit more cooldowns. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to get Luffy's cooldown, which is a bit annoying because I really only just put him on this team so we can get some wave clearing mechanics with his special. But I think he's just on a little bit of too high cooldown, unfortunately. If you have the Brûlé support, though, you could put the Brûlé support on him for the final stage. That way, you just get those 2 extra cooldowns on the final stage. Instead of using him as a wave clear, we can use him as our attack booster for our Psy units, which we might actually need towards the later end of the runs. On to the final stage now. We're up against Old Man Hio. He's going to randomly turn into a Dex or a Psy unit. So you do want to, or Int unit. You do want to sort of build out your team with Psy and Strength units. The best way to get around his mechanic is to just bring an array of both of them. So with this particular team, we can get some orbs with X-Drake. We can get an orb buff with Sengoku. We can get a color affinity with Jinbei, and then ideally we can get an attack booster with Luffy, just for our Psy units. But as you guys see there, Hio doesn't have much HP. And like I said, if you guys have the support of Brûlé, which I will be doing as well, I'll be putting that onto Luffy, and that way we can actually get the 2 extra cooldowns to the final stage, have him ready. And this team should work fairly well moving forward and into the later stages. On to Okiku now. So against Okiku, the big difference between this team and the one that you guys saw in my prep video was I had Pedro on this team instead of Jack. Now, the reason I had Pedro on this team was basically just for wave clearing mechanics. For stage 4, if you can bring someone that's a wave clearer, stage 4 is always going to have 5 units. So bringing someone that can wave clear that particular stage makes the treasure map run a little bit faster, as well as having someone that can give you a lot of points. But because I pulled Old Man Hio, I had to find a spot for Hio on my final team, and Jack had to be replaced there. Jack being a 1.35 times booster, I had to find a spot for him somewhere else on the team, and the Big Mom team was just the one that made the most sense. So unfortunately, I don't have a wave clearing mechanic, but if you guys are missing obviously some of the boosters, but you have Jack, you want to be using him on the final team. So onto the final stage now against Okiku. Man, we are just not getting our cooldowns. And she rolls our cooldowns back. Like, what? How the hell are we meant to get cooldowns here? I might have to have a look at that. That's a bit of an issue. I might have to look into it if there's a ship that gives me, like... No, the host ship gives us cooldowns as well. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys have any ideas of getting cooldowns a bit quicker, because yeah, that's gonna be proving a problem against Okiku. And if you're like me, I don't like stalling in the early stages of treasure map, but we might actually have to look into finding out a way to sort of make that a little bit quicker. But the Big Mom team is going to work fine. There's going to be no issues moving forward with that particular team. Unfortunately, it just looks like we're going to have to stall a little bit. The idea there is once you get your specials rolled back on the final stage against Okiku, you can use the special of King to roll over on specials forward, the powerhouse units. We can use Jinbei to remove the resilience, and then we can actually use Queen to remove the defense up, which is very, very nice. And then with Big Mom giving us the attack and the orb boost. There's a lot of points in that team too, so it should work very, very well moving forward. The final mini-boss fight is against Kamazo. Now, Kamazo is a Psy unit, so bringing a full int team is better, was the best way to go. Now, the Tontanas obviously are just on the team because they are a high point booster, but with this particular team, you also get paralyzed. So once it starts to get a little bit harder, I will be making Mihawk my captain. But for the meantime, just to make things a little bit quicker and easier for myself, doing so many early runs, I'm going to be using Nami and Shinobu as my captain, because in the early stages, they don't have too much HP, but once the power creep starts to sort of get higher and higher and higher, I will be putting Mihawk as my captain. So we're just going to fly through these particular stages. Man, cooldowns for this treasure map seem to be a pretty big issue, which is a bit odd. Like, I'm not even close to getting my Mihawk's special or my lore special. So on the final stage against Kamazo, he is going to bind our top row and he's going to paralyze us for 5 turns. He's also going to randomly change all of our orbs, which is a little bit annoying. Of course, I don't have sockets on this team, but lucky for me, I brought the Tontanas. They can remove bind. Then we can use our Onami Shinobu special. Ideally, you do want to have Croc available right now, but if you have Mihawk, you can use Mihawk as your captain, and Mihawk is going to remove 10 turns of... Of course, you blew away Croc. Why would you not blow away Croc? You bastard. The idea is just to have Croc ready by the final stage, and then that way you can... Oh, please, just one of them. Ugh. That way you can remove the paralysis with his special. Kamazo is going to keep blowing away my random crew members, which is very annoying. As I say, if you're going to blow away anyone, you blow away the Tontanas. So these runs have been a little bit scuffed, but I guess that's the whole point of these test videos, right? Oh my god. Seriously? Please, just one shot from lore. That's all it's going to take. Please. Thank you. So just make sure you get your Croc special ready by the final stage, or use Mihawk as your captain. That way you don't have to worry about the paralysis, and you can easily take out Kamazo on that first turn. This whole cooldown thing is actually really doing my head in. I don't understand why they would do that. Make you stall on treasure map. That's just the worst. Alright, so let's move into the final boss fight now. Against Kid. Now, against Kid, we are using Kaido. Obviously, we have all the boosters. Hio can be replaced, though, with someone like the free-to-play Otama. Sorry, not free-to-play Otama. The Rare Recruit Jack. Where Dobon, a little bit tricky with Dobon. Bringing someone like Dofi in Trouble is probably the best way to go about it. Or bringing someone like Smoothie with the Cracker support. That could also work. Or the Katakuri as well. Now... This team is going to function a lot better with double Kaido, but in the early stages, we are going to try and get as many points as we can. But the way I'm getting around the double block orbs is I'm actually using the Brûlé support on my Luffy. So that way, when we get to the final stage, Brûlé is actually going to change all our orbs into matching orbs for us. And then we can use the Kaido special on stage 4 to remove the block orbs there. So the team should function very, very well. It's obviously built up with all of the boosters. Probably the most optimal team, as Kamazo is really, really good for stage 4 as well. And it's going to give us a lot of points. I'm not really worried about getting the Verse Min for Kaido as well. Like, we just sort of wanted to get to the end. Of course, with Kaido, like, we are going to have cooldowns very, very easily. But with all these units, they are quite heavily boosted. So they get a lot of cooldowns just naturally. So on stage 4, we come up against Basil Hawkins. He's going to give us Burn. He puts up damage reduction. And he gives us a full board of block orb. So this is where Kamazo is absolutely amazing. Because Kamazo can not only remove the Burn and the damage reduction, but he can also remove the... What's it called? the burn and the damage reduction, but he also gives us an ore boost, and then with Kaido special, with Luffy special, we can get color affinity, and we can just blow our way through. We probably don't even need to use that Kaido special. You can probably save that, as we don't have an attack booster on the final stage. I probably will actually save that, as with Luffy and Kamazo special, we shouldn't have any issues on that particular stage, and when we do, that's when I'll start using that Kaido special. On the final stage now, we can use the Old Man Here special to remove the attack down and give us an ore boost. Then we can use Dobon. Dobon's going to remove the chain growth coefficient and give us a chain lock, and with that, we should just be able to clap Kid. So there you guys go. That was my treasure map playthrough. I do apologize that the energy levels were a little bit down today, as I mentioned in the beginning. Your boy's not feeling that great, but if you did enjoy today's video, make sure to go down there and belt the like button for me. And if you're new to the channel, consider hitting that big red subscribe button too. But guys, wherever you are in this beautiful world, make sure to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, I thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you all in the next one. Lates!